Hello and very happy new year, ladies and gentlemen. Friends, if you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. A new year does not arrive quietly. It comes carrying memories of everything we survived, everything we learned, and everything we are still healing from. As 2026 begins, it does not ask you to be perfect. It only asks you to be honest with yourself, with your journey, and with your growth. This new year is not a blank page, it is a continuation. You step into it with scars that taught you strength, with failures that reshaped your courage, and with dreams that refused to die even when hope felt tired. You made it here not because life was easy, but because you were stronger than the moments that tried to stop you. 2026 invites you to breathe again, to forgive yourself for the days you couldn't do more, to release guilt for the time you needed to rest, to understand that survival itself was an achievement. You are allowed to begin this year gently. You are allowed to begin it slowly. Growth does not need noise to be powerful. Let this be the year you stop waiting for permission to live fully. Speak your truth without fear. Set boundaries without guilt. Choose peace without apology. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that is okay. This year is about alignment, not approval. In 2026, let healing become a priority, not an afterthought. Heal from the pressure to prove your worth. Heal from comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. Heal from the belief that your value depends on productivity alone. You are valuable because you exist, not because you perform. This year will still have challenges. There will be days that test patience and nights that demand courage. But you enter this year wiser. You now know that storms pass, that strength grows quietly, and that resilience often shows up when you think you have nothing left. Trust yourself more. You have already survived what once felt impossible. Let 2026 be the year you honor small wins. The days you showed up tired, the moments you chose kindness over anger, the times you didn't give up even when progress was invisible. These moments matter. They shape character more than loud success ever will. Dream again, but dream honestly. Not dreams borrowed from society, but dreams rooted in who you truly are. Dreams that respect your mental health, your peace, and your values. Success that costs your well-being is not success. This year, choose balance over burnout. As the calendar changes, remember this. You do not need to reinvent yourself overnight. Becoming is a process. Some days will feel powerful, others will feel slow. Both are valid. Both are part of growth. Welcome 2026 with hope that is grounded, faith that is quiet, and strength that is steady. Walk into this year knowing you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to grow into who you are meant to become. Apologize where silence caused pain. Silence can hurt more deeply than harsh words. Words may wound in the moment, but silence lingers, leaving questions unanswered and hearts unsettled. Many relationships did not break because of anger alone. They broke because no one spoke when it mattered most. As a new year begins, it offers a rare chance to heal what silence damaged. Apologizing is not about proving who was right or wrong. It is about acknowledging that someone felt unseen, unheard, or unimportant. Often, pain was not intentional. Life became busy, pride became loud, or fear of confrontation became stronger than honesty. Yet the impact remains, even when intentions were pure. A sincere apology recognizes impact, not just intention. It takes courage to say, I should have spoken sooner. Courage to admit, I didn't know how to say it, so I said nothing. Silence is usually born from fear, fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of vulnerability. But healing begins the moment that fear is faced. An apology does not erase the past, but it opens the future. It tells the other person, you mattered enough for me to reflect. It restores dignity where neglect once lived. It rebuilds trust brick by brick, not through grand gestures, but through humility and truth. This new year is an invitation to speak gently but honestly, to reach out without defending yourself, to listen without interrupting, to apologize witut conditions. Not every apology will fix everything, but every sincere one lightens the heart of the person who gives it. Apologizing does not make you weak. It makes you emotionally mature. It shows growth, awareness, and respect for human connection. Sometimes the most powerful words are the simplest ones. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me. Let this year begin with cleared air and softened hearts. Say what was left unsaid. Heal what silence broke. Peace often begins with one honest apology. Forgive relatives and release old grudges. Family relationships are often the most complex, not because love is absent, but because expectations are high. The people closest to us have the greatest power to hurt us, sometimes intentionally, often unknowingly. Words spoken in anger, comparisons made casually, or support that never came can leave deep emotional marks. Over time, these wounds harden into grudges that quietly drain peace. Forgiveness within families is not easy. It asks you to release resentment, even when apologies never arrived. It asks you to stop replaying old conversations and stop measuring today's behavior against yesterday's pain. Forgiving relatives does not mean denying hurt or pretending everything was acceptable. It means choosing freedom over emotional captivity. Holding on to grudges keeps old pain alive. Every memory reopens the wound. Every gathering feels heavy. Every interaction carries unspoken tension. Forgiveness breaks that cycle. It allows you to interact without bitterness, to breathe without anger, and to move forward without dragging the past behind you. Forgiveness is not about changing others. It is about protecting your own peace. Some people may never understand how deeply they hurt you. Some may never take responsibility. But healing does not require their participation. It requires your decision to stop letting the past control the present. Let this new year be the moment you put down emotional baggage you were never meant to carry forever. You can forgive and still set boundaries. You can forgive and still protect yourself. Forgiveness is not reconciliation at any cost. It is emotional clarity. When you forgive relatives, you make space for healthier connections, or at least healthier distance. You choose calm over conflict, understanding over resentment, growth over repetition, and in that choice, you reclaim your peace. Release the grudges that stole your joy. Free your heart from old anger. Let this year begin lighter, calmer, and emotionally free. Make peace with your past. The hardest forgiveness is often the one we owe ourselves. We replay old choices, missed chances, and moments we wish we could undo. We judge the past version of ourselves with the knowledge we have now, forgetting that at the time, we were surviving, learning, and doing the best we could with what we knew. Carrying self-blame into a new year keeps growth trapped in regret. Making peace with your past self does not mean denying mistakes. It means understanding context. You were shaped by fear, hope, pressure, and limited awareness. Some decisions were made out of pain. Some were made out of love. All of them taught something. The past was not wasted time. It was preparation. Self-forgiveness is an act of courage. It requires honesty without cruelty. Reflection without punishment. When you constantly criticize who you were, you sabotage who you are becoming. Growth needs compassion to survive. Harshness only creates fear and hesitation. Let this year be the moment you stop punishing yourself for lessons already learned. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love, with patience and understanding. Replace "I should have known better" with "I know better now." That shift alone changes everything. Peace with the past allows clarity in the present. It releases guilt that blocks confidence. It restores self-trust that regret quietly eroded. When you forgive yourself, you stop living in correction mode and start living in alignment. Your past self carried you here. Honor that effort. Thank that version of you for surviving what almost broke you. Then step into this year lighter, wiser, and kinder to yourself, because becoming begins with self-compassion. Prioritize mental and emotional peace in a world that glorifies business. Choosing peace can feel like weakness. Constant noise, pressure, and expectations convince us that rest is laziness and boundaries are selfish. But a mind in chaos cannot build a meaningful life. Mental and emotional peace are not rewards. You must choose them intentionally. Peace begins with awareness. Not every situation deserves your reaction. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Protecting your peace means knowing when to engage and when to step back. It means allowing yourself to disconnect without guilt and rest without explanation. Your well-being is not optional. Emotional peace grows when you stop carrying what is not yours. Other people's expectations, unresolved issues, and judgments can quietly drain energy if you allow them. Letting go is not avoidance. It is wisdom. You can care without absorbing everything. This year, learn to say no with clarity and yes with intention. Boundaries are not walls. They are filters that protect your mental health. When peace becomes a priority, decisions become clearer. Confidence becomes calmer. Life feels less reactive and more intentional. A peaceful mind does not mean a problem-free life. Challenges will still come. But peace allows you to face them without losing yourself in the process. It helps you respond instead of react, breathe instead of panic, and think instead of spiral. Choose peace even when it costs approval. Choose calm even when chaos feels familiar. Protect your mental and emotional space like it matters, because it shapes everything you build in this new year. Rebuild connections with intention. Not ego. Distance in relationships often grows quietly. It forms through misunderstandings, unspoken expectations, pride, and the need to be right. Ego convinces us that reaching out means losing power, when in reality, it requires strength. As a new year begins, it offers an opportunity to rebuild connections, not from pride, but from purpose. Rebuilding does not mean revisiting old arguments or reopening wounds without care. It means approaching conversations with honesty and patience. It means listening to understand, not to respond. Many relationships did not need perfection. They needed effort, clarity, and emotional maturity. Ego focuses on winning. Intention focuses on healing. When ego leads, conversations become battles. When intention leads, they become bridges. Reaching out does not erase the past, but it acknowledges that the relationship mattered enough to try again. Some connections can be repaired fully. Others may only heal enough to bring closure. Both outcomes are valid. Rebuilding does not guarantee the same closeness, but it restores peace. It removes regret and unanswered questions. It allows you to move forward without emotional unfinished business. This year, choose humility over distance. Choose understanding over assumptions. Choose connection over control. Speak honestly but gently. Apologize where needed. Forgive where possible. Rebuilding with intention is not about returning to what was. It is about creating something healthier than before. And sometimes, the strongest step forward is simply reaching out with an open heart. Set growth, focused intentions, not pressure. Filled resolutions. A new year often arrives with heavy expectations. Lists are made, promises are declared, and pressure quietly builds. When goals are rooted in perfection, they quickly turn into disappointment. Growth was never meant to feel like punishment. This year invites a different approach, one that values consistency over intensity. Growth-focused intentions are gentle but powerful. They focus on progress, not comparison. They allow room for mistakes without abandoning the journey. Unlike rigid resolutions, intentions adapt as you learn and evolve. They support growth instead of demanding instant transformation. Real change happens in small, repeated actions. A few minutes of learning each day. A conscious effort to respond instead of react. A commitment to rest when needed and push when ready. These quiet habits shape life more deeply than dramatic promises ever will. Pressure creates fear of failure. Growth creates curiosity. When the focus shifts from proving something to becoming something, Motivation lasts longer. You stop starting over every few weeks and begin building momentum that carries forward naturally. This year, set intentions that respect your humanity. Intentions that protect your pace, honor your pace, and align with your values. You do not need to become someone new overnight. You only need to become slightly more aware, more disciplined, and more compassionate than yesterday. Let 2026 be shaped by steady growth, not overwhelming pressure. Choose intentions that support who you are becoming, and allow the journey to unfold one intentional step at a time. As this new year unfolds, remember that growth does not demand perfection, only sincerity. Healing begins when honesty replaces ego, when peace becomes a priority, and when compassion extends to yourself as easily as it does to others. Every apology offered, every grudge released, and every boundary respected creates space for a lighter heart. Walk into 2026 without rushing your becoming. Some days will feel strong, others slow, but both are meaningful. Trust the quiet work you are doing within. Choose peace over pressure, growth over comparison, and connection over pride. This year is not asking you to be flawless. It is asking you to be present, intentional, and kind to yourself and to those around you. And that is more than enough. Happy New Year. May this year be kinder to your heart, clearer to your mind, and gentler to your soul.